It's been 54 years since we first heard those comforting words, "Good night, John boy." Yet the passing of time has brought shocking twists, heartbreak, and unexpected new lives to the beloved actors of Walton's Mountain. If you've ever wondered how the cast survived the fierce pressures of Hollywood or who completely walked away from the spotlight, you are not alone. In this ultimate 2026 update, we are tracking down every surviving member of America's favorite family to reveal the triumphs and tragedies you never saw on television. Today, we're uncovering where the cast is now, exposing the real-life struggles they faced after the show ended, and revealing a bittersweet secret about the Walton family home that changes everything. Jason Walton, John Walmsley. For anyone who grew up watching the Waltons, Jason Walton was the gentle, musically gifted soul who gave the family its warmest, most comforting moments. Portrayed with a quiet sincerity by John Walmsley, Jason stood apart not through loud words, but through the soft notes of his guitar and piano. When hardship and uncertainty clouded Walton's Mountain, it was often Jason's music that brought back the light, offering the family a rhythmic sense of hope. Born in Blackburn, Lancashire, England, Walmsley moved to the United States at a young age and was just 16 when the beloved series premiered in 1972. His real-life musical talent brought immense authenticity to the role. He didn't just act, he truly channeled the creative spirit of a young man finding his voice during the Depression. After the show ended, Walmsley gracefully transitioned from actor to a full-time career as a singer, guitarist, songwriter, and highly respected session musician, collaborating with industry greats like Richard Marx and Brian Setzer. Today, at 70 years old, Walmsley lives a quiet life, but his legacy remains firmly rooted in television history. For the millions of viewers who still hold the show close to their hearts, Jason Walton serves as a timeless, nostalgic reminder of our own youths. He proved that even in the hardest of times, a little bit of music and a lot of kindness could make a simple home feel completely full. Aaron Walton, Mary Beth McDonough. For those who spent their Thursday nights on Walton's Mountain, Aaron Walton represented the raw, emotional reality of growing up. Portrayed with beautiful vulnerability by Mary Beth McDonough, Erin wasn't the loudest family member, but her journey spoke volumes to older Americans watching a generation come of age. As she navigated the delicate transitions of identity, first loves, self-confidence, and independence during the Great Depression, her story became a mirror for the quiet challenges of youth. Born on May 4, 1961, in Van Nuys, California, McDonough was just 11 years old when the Waltons premiered in 1972. She gave Aaron a tender softness that never lacked strength, masterfully showing a girl learning to carve out her own identity within a large, traditional family. Viewers watched her evolve through genuine heartbreaks, evolving career dreams, and the bittersweet realities of young adulthood. It felt honest, relatable, and entirely unidealized. Following her time on the series, McDonough continued to act on popular television, appearing in shows like The New Adventures of Old Christine, ER, and The West Wing. She also found a fulfilling second career as an author, writing the memoir Lessons from the Mountain, and became a powerful public speaker advocating for women's health, body image, and the intense pressures faced by child actors. Today, at 64 years old, McDonough's portrayal of Aaron remains a tender, nostalgic snapshot of youth, a comforting reminder that finding yourself is a journey worth taking. Ben Walton, Eric Scott. For millions of viewers who fondly remember gathering around the television for the Waltons, Ben Walton was the spirited, ambitious middle son who brought both lively humor and relatable tension to the family. Portrayed with a wonderful boyish energy by Eric Scott, Ben perfectly captured the essence of a middle child, striving to carve out his own identity in a large, hard-working household. He was stubborn, impulsive, and fiercely eager to prove himself, yet underneath that restless exterior was a young man deeply searching for purpose and respect. Born on October 17, 1958 in Los Angeles, California, Scott was just 14 years old when the series premiered in 1972. Over the years, viewers watched his performance beautifully mature as Ben transitioned from a headstrong teenager into a responsible adult, husband, and father. His storyline spoke deeply to the dreams of Depression-era youth who desired more than mere survival, showing the bittersweet lessons of patience, discipline, and sacrifice. After the Waltons concluded, Scott made the choice to step away from the relentless Hollywood spotlight. He successfully transitioned into the corporate world, eventually becoming the vice president of a major parcel delivery service in California, while always remaining warmly connected to the show's devoted fan base. Today, at 67 years old, Scott's portrayal of Ben remains a nostalgic, comforting portrait of youthful determination, a timeless reminder that growing up means learning how to transform pride into enduring strength. Mary Ellen Walton, Judy Norton. For the generation that faithfully tuned into the Waltons, Mary Ellen Walton was the fiercely independent, strong-willed eldest daughter whose dreams beautifully pushed beyond the quiet borders of Walton's Mountain. Portrayed with undeniable conviction by Judy Norton, Mary Ellen carried a fiery passion inside a family otherwise built on patience. She was bold, stubborn, and deeply determined to forge her own path. Norton masterfully balanced that fierce exterior with a tender vulnerability, showing a young woman navigating the delicate lines between independence and love, ambition and duty. Born on January 29, 1958 in Santa Monica, California, Norton was just 14 years old when the series premiered in 1972. Audiences watched her character undergo one of the show's most meaningful transformations as she pursued a career in nursing. This storyline resonated deeply with viewers, honoring the incredible strength of real-world women who served their families and communities during the hardships of the Depression and World War II. After her time on the mountain, Norton expanded her talents well beyond acting, finding success as a director, writer, singer, and theater performer. She also hosts a popular YouTube series sharing beloved behind-the-scenes memories, remaining warmly dedicated to the show's loyal fan base. Today, at 68 years old, Norton's Mary Ellen remains one of television's most memorable and inspiring daughters, a nostalgic reminder that true courage often begins as simple stubbornness before it beautifully transforms into purpose. Jim Bob Walton, David W. Harper. For those who spent their Thursday nights gathering around the television, Jim Bob Walton was the quiet, mechanically gifted youngest son whose dreams beautifully reached toward the open sky. Portrayed with a gentle, endearing awkwardness by David W. Harper, Jim Bob brought a uniquely touching dynamic to the household. He carried a soft kind of loneliness inside a very full house, often seeming most alive when tinkering with engines or dreaming of airplanes. For anyone who grew up understanding what it meant to dream quietly, his character felt deeply believable and comforting. Born on October 4, 1961 in Abilene, Texas, Harper was just 11 years old when the Waltons premiered in 1972. Through his performance, Jim Bob's passion for aviation gave the series a youthful sense of wonder and possibility during a historic era heavily shaped by economic struggle and the dark approach of World War II. After the beloved series came to an end, Harper chose to step away from the relentless Hollywood spotlight. He worked various private sector jobs, including business world positions and art history studies, fully embracing a quiet, private life far from the constant attention of showbiz. Today, at 64 years old, Harper's portrayal of Jim Bob remains a tender portrait of the family dreamer, a nostalgic reminder of the boy who kept his eyes fixed on the stars while staying forever rooted in the home that raised him. The narrator, Earl Hamner Jr. For generations of Americans, the warm, reflective voice that welcomed us to Walton's Mountain each week felt like family. That soothing voice belonged to Earl Hamner Jr., the brilliant creator whose own Depression-era childhood memories inspired the entire series. Hamner's narration was the literal soul of the Waltons. It didn't just explain the plot, it felt like memory itself. Each closing reflection carried the poignant sound of a man looking back with gratitude, tenderness, and a gentle nostalgia for a simpler world slipping into the past. Born on July 10, 1923 in Schuyler, Virginia, Hamner was 49 when the show premiered in 1972. His distinct Southern drawl beautifully connected the fictional episodes to real American history, transforming everyday hardships into intimate, universal truths. Through his words, the mountain became a remembered home built on faith, resilience, and unconditional love. Beyond his masterpiece, Hamner was a prolific writer, penning the novel Spencer's Mountain and creating the hit 1980s drama Falcon Crest, always championing the strength of the human spirit. Though he passed away in 2016 at the age of 92, his voice remains one of television's most comforting and enduring sounds. Hamner proved that sometimes, the gentle soul telling the story becomes just as deeply beloved as the characters themselves. John Walton Sr., Ralph Waite. For the millions of Americans who grew up watching the Waltons, John Walton Sr. was the ultimate symbol of the steady, hard-working American father. Portrayed with a deeply grounded dignity by Ralph Waite, John's strength held the family together through the darkest days of the Great Depression. He represented a beautiful kind of fatherhood built on honest labor, emotional restraint, and a profound love that rarely needed many words. Carrying the heavy burden of providing for a large family, he never allowed hardship to make him bitter. Waite's thoughtful stillness and resonant voice provided a moral weight that made the Walton home feel safe against any storm. Born on June 22, 1928, in White Plains, New York, Waite was 44 years old when the series premiered in 1972. He brought immense real-life depth to the role, having experienced his own profound personal losses and struggles before finding his true calling in acting. Later in life, Waite expanded his career by directing, appearing in hit shows like NCIS and Days of Our Lives, and even running for political office. Though he passed away in 2014 at the age of 85, his legacy as the Walton family patriarch is unforgettable. Today, John Walton Sr. remains one of television's most enduring and beloved fathers, a nostalgic, comforting reminder that true strength is often quiet, infinitely patient, and deeply human. Ike Godsey, Joe Conley. For generations who grew up spending their Thursday evenings on Walton's Mountain, Ike Godsey was the literal heartbeat of the community. Portrayed with a wonderful plain-spoken decency by Joe Conley, Ike ran the local general store and post office, making it the ultimate gathering place for neighbors to swap news, share laughter, and find comfort during the heavy years of the Depression. Conley played Ike with a gentle humor and a subtle, lovable awkwardness that made him feel like an old friend you had known your entire life. While he could occasionally be nervous or overly nosy, his fundamental kindness always shone through, especially in his delightfully tender comedic marriage to Cora Beth. Born on March 3, 1928, in Buffalo, New York, Conley was 44 when the series premiered in 1972. Beyond his iconic acting career, he was an incredibly savvy businessman, running multiple successful real estate agencies in California that kept him wealthy and grounded outside of the fickle Hollywood spotlight. Conley spent his final years dealing with the challenges of dementia before peacefully passing away in 2013 at the age of 85. Today, his portrayal of Ike Godsey remains a beautiful, nostalgic tribute to small-town America. He was the comforting man behind the counter who always knew your name, minded your business, and cared far more than he ever let on. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you in the next one.